Hello and welcome everybody to the beginning of the Lyman boys and girls basketball season live on mylocalradio.com. I am Sean Bennett. You are not missing any varsity action right now. Just in case you're tuning in, you're saying, wait, what is this varsity? This is the end of the JV girls game between Kemmerer and Lyman. The Kemmerer Rangers varsity team and the Lyman Eagles varsity team will play later tonight following the boys action. But first, we've got Farson Eden against Lyman. The Eagles, to put it nicely in the best terms possible, the only way to go for this Lyman boys team is up, because last season's record was probably not indicative of how hard the team is playing and how much effort they're really putting into the season. Hopefully it pays off for Coach Lewick and the Lyman boys team as they will hop out onto the court here as the junior varsity girls action has just wrapped up here from Lyman High School. Once again, my name is Sean Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to this Lyman basketball season here on mylocalradio.com. We'll have various broadcasts throughout the season on the radio stations here in based out of Evanston, KADQ 98.3 and KNYN 99.1. Tonight's games, I guess plural, will be streamed specifically on mylocalradio.com, only on mylocalradio.com. So thank you for tuning in. If you found your way to us, we really do appreciate you sticking around and watching some basketball action as the seasons will get underway in the Bridger Valley Invitational. The Bridger Valley Invitational features 8 teams from boys and girls. 8 boys teams, 8 girls teams, not all the same. There are some, only one team is here. So it's not just 8 schools. It's, I think, 11 or 12 or 13 if I counted correctly earlier. But in the boys tournament bracket, we have Lyman and Farson Eden to open up the boys tournament here. And right down the road, Kemmerer and Big Piney are playing in the intermediate school. I'm not sure if that one has started yet, but we'll try to get updates as we see fit, as we can. Obviously, we don't have people at the other gyms. And then we have on the other side of the bracket, we have Mountain View and Butte County also playing right now in the Mountain View main gymnasium. So if you're looking for the Mountain View Buffalo broadcast, we will not be bringing that to you tonight, so you'll have to go and watch that in person. If you're there, maybe you're double dipping, you're watching on your phone or your tablet at Mountain View, we really do appreciate the broadcast and the tuning in. And also on the bottom half of the bracket, the bottom 2 teams, Cokeville is playing Wind River in the Mountain View Auxiliary Gym. So Mountain View, if they win, they will play the winner of Cokeville and Wind River. That is the boys. With a loss, they will play in the Mountain View Auxiliary Gym tomorrow at 8 a.m. So a little bit of incentive for both of these teams, both Lyman, Farson Eden, and Mountain View, just to keep it in the Bridger Valley. Because if you lose today, you will have to get up early and play the first match of the day, or the first game of the day tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m. in the morning in the intermediate school if you're Lyman, or the auxiliary gym if you are Mountain View. Once again, Lyman only has 1 gym here, so they do not have the ability to have 2 different games going on at the same time in the same place. So right down the road is the intermediate school if you're in the area and you're wondering where the heck is that. So Lyman and Farson Eden, their seasons will kick off shortly, but before the season's kicked off, I was able to talk to star basketball player for the Lyman Eagles boys basketball team, Lucas Anson. Here's that interview and what Lucas had to say on his senior season. All right, so I'm here with Lucas Anson, star player of the Lyman boys basketball team. Now, Lucas, going into your first tournament of the year, obviously you're a senior. You've been here. You've done it before. Are there any jitters? Maybe just first game jitters or senior jitters, knowing that it's your last year playing here for Lyman?
Oh yeah, definitely starting this year. It's definitely a little bit nerve-wracking, but I'm definitely excited, ready to get it back out there.
Now, you are a senior. You played here throughout your career. Now, what does Lyman basketball, especially Lyman boys basketball, mean to you, or what has it done for you in the last 4 years?
Well, yeah, starting as my freshman year, no one thought I was coming back out for basketball. I was the chubby kid on the court, and I really latched on to basketball, and I think it was a very positive influence on my life, and it's turned me into the beast I am now.
Now, you guys played in your first game. Like I said, it's a tournament. How difficult, or how different, I should say, how different is a tournament from just a regular game where you're playing three games in 3 days for Flaming Gorge, and then 2 days, two games in 2 days at least on this upcoming weekend?
Yeah, tournament's definitely a different mindset, In season, you got to focus on just one game and really just devote yourself to that game. Tournament, you want to go every game as hard as you can, but you got to realize you're playing more than one game, so you got to space yourself out.
Now, how has practice been for you guys? I know early season, a lot of players are like, oh, let me just get to a game. I know I was certainly like that when I was in high school, like, oh, when's my next game? I hate practice kind of thing. How has practice been for you guys? Have you been able to bond as a group in these first couple weeks that you guys have been together, or?
Oh, yeah, I definitely feel way more of a team than last year. I love the guys that I've been with. We've been through thick and thin, and I think we're here to see what we're made of now.
Well, thank you for spending a few minutes. Any predictions on the season, Lucas?
Oh, I think it'll be a winning season. It's going to be fun.
All right, thank you, Lucas Anson, a senior player for the Lyman boys basketball team. Catch all the Lyman boys basketball action on mylocalradio.com. That was senior basketball player Lucas Anson. Spent a few minutes with me during practice, or after practice, I should say, during the week. Lucas Anson, a very nice young gentleman. His family definitely should be proud. I have not known the kid, Lucas Anson, for very long, but immediately you have that, you can really sense the energy around somebody. I really do believe, and he just seems like a person that would really just befriend anybody. And he's not too bad at basketball either, I'll put it that way. Lucas Anson, you'll see a lot of him on the court tonight looking to slow down this Farson Eden Pronghorns. They are 1A, Farson Eden, but they are a very tall team. So Lucas Anson, one of the taller Lyman Eagles, will have to match up tonight and hopefully stay on the court and not get into foul trouble. It's something that happened to him a couple times last year, so if he can stay on the court, maybe use his size to his advantage, that'll be something that the Lyman Eagles will hopefully use to their advantage. This is the pregame coaches show, by the way. Once again, I am Sean Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to our live broadcast here at Lyman High School. Now, I talked to Lucas Anson, senior player for the Lyman Eagles boys basketball team. Let's hear what the coach had to say. Yes, the coach of the team, Kevin Lewick. I interviewed him during the week. Let's take a listen on what Kevin Lewick had to say before this matchup with Farson Eden. So I'm here with Coach Lewick before the season starts, the Lyman boys basketball coach, obviously. Now, Coach, practice has been going on for a couple weeks. Obviously, first game is a tournament coming up this weekend. How different is a tournament aspect from just a regular game to start the season, knowing that you're not only preparing for one game, you're preparing for up to 3 or 4 games this weekend?
Well, it gives us a lot of variables. I mean, we're going to get a lot of defensive looks, in the course of 2 days, so it kind of prepares us for the next couple of weeks. It enables us to kind of just abide by the principles that we believe in rather than just strictly trying to scout maybe a specific team because we don't know who we're going to have to play the second game. It's going to give us a chance to play a lot of kids so that we get an idea exactly where we're at.
Now, I spoke to Lucas Anson, senior for your team, earlier, and he really drove home the family atmosphere and how he said that coming into my freshman year, I was a chubby kid on the court. No one really expected much out of me, but I've kind of grown as a player, grown as a person due to Coach Lewick and due to this Lyman boys basketball team. Now, how much does that really mean to you as a coach to hear that your player is kind of going out on a limb and saying that this coach means a lot to me and this program means a lot to me?
Well, it shows us that he's bought into what what we believe in as a program. It also, it's established a great example for the rest of the kids in the program that they can look at a kid and say, look what I could become by just being disciplined in their own life. He's established some habits in his life that will become a lifestyle for him that will enable him to be fit.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Now, I brought it up a little bit earlier. A tournament aspect is different than just a regular game to start the season. But you guys have back-to-back tournaments. You have one this weekend, one next weekend. Really, obviously you've been practicing for a couple weeks, but how important is just staying hydrated and keeping fit over these next couple weeks, knowing that it's not one game, it's not 2 games, and when you really start to play, sometimes 5 games in a row like that over a span of 2 weeks can kind of drain your team. How important is just keeping your ability to stay fit on the court up for you?
It's super important. I mean, it's something that we sell every day to the kids about, going home and making sure that they're taking care of their bodies. I'm also the cross-country coach, so I realize how important, taking care of yourself is. We're trying to play at a greater and an increased pace this year. In order to be able to play fast, we have to be conditioned. In order to be able to do that, we have to get up and down the floor, and we have to be able to do that every day. We set a guideline with the kids that we had them run a 2-mile in 17 minutes, and we told them that they would not play 1 varsity minute until they did that. And every one of our varsity kids, passed that off with the coaches.
Now, on Sunday, after recapping this week ahead of this weekend's tournament, what do you hope to gain? What's one thing that you really hope to kind of look back on the weekend and say, man, I'm happy we did that, or I learned this?
I want to see that we're playing at a greater pace. I want to see that we're getting up and down the floor. We're trying to pressure people so that we can get some easy baskets. And I want to see that we're making a concerted effort to get the ball out of the net and try to push the ball. It's not something that you could do once in a while. If we're going to play at that pace, we have to do it every possession.
Now, for a neutral spectator, maybe someone that hasn't watched Lyman basketball in a while, especially Lyman boys basketball, what do you want the person sitting in the stands on Friday and Saturday, to come out of those games with? What do you want? One thing, if a neutral spectator has never seen your team before, what do you want them to come out of that game seeing and saying about your team?
I want them to come away thinking that the Lyman boys play hard. If they play hard, if they exert themselves, if they give more than even their maybe they think capable, then that would be a selling point for our program.
Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck on the season. Welcome back to the pregame Coaches Show, Coaches Corner. I am Sean Bennett. Thank you for tuning in here to the season opener for both the boys and girls of the Lyman Eagle basketball teams here in the 2018-19 season. Once again, my name is Sean Bennett, and it is my pleasure to bring this to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everyone listening across the board, whether you are my girlfriend in Oklahoma or watching from Wyoming or even overseas. I know that we had some parents and family members overseas that have reached out to us in the past and thanked us for our coverage. So from anywhere and everywhere, you can watch MyLocalRadio.com's broadcast. And just one more quick shout out to give. I did answer a Facebook message earlier on our MyLocalRadio.com Facebook from one of the Anson family members, Vicky Anson. We really do appreciate you listening. Thank you for confirming that we were doing the broadcast tonight, and thank you for hopefully tuning in. Obviously can't see exactly who's listening, but if you are out there, Vicky Anson, we really do appreciate you listening and hope that you will stick with us for the entire season. So Lucas Anson, I did get to interview him, have an interview with him, as well as Kevin Lewick, the head coach for this Lyman Eagle basketball team, and it really was a pleasure to talk to both of those men. And really, when you talk about Lucas Anson, you can really say that he is a man, maybe not in the dictionary. I'm not sure if he's 18 yet, but he is wise beyond his years. Like I said, I only sat down with him for maybe 5-10 minutes in total, but even after I turned off the recorder and really just got to know him as a person, maybe off the record a little bit more, it really showed about how wise he is beyond his years. He gave me some quotes, and it was really a pleasure to talk with Lucas Anson and really sit down with him and just kind of pick his brain. I love to do that with a lot of different personalities. Kevin Lewick, more of a reserved, quiet guy, at least in an interview. Lucas Anson, just you could see the smile on his face, and you just. If you're talking with Lucas Anson, I'm not trying to go too much into Lucas Anson and say how he's the greatest person ever, but I just sat down with Lucas Anson, and he made me want to smile because of his just ear-to-ear smile that was on his face for pretty much the entire interview. And then he went around and he was joking with some of his teammates after, saying that he had made it big time talking to me. I wish that was the case, but right now I'm not sure it's the case. So we're going to take a quick commercial break on this MyLocalRadio.com Coaches Show, pregame Coaches Show. Tune in after this commercial break for tip-off of the season opener for the Lyman Eagles boys basketball team.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Dr. Dog, the other day I was at the dog park and ran into Keegan, the Irish setter from up the road. When we smelled hello, I was surprised because he smelled like delicious roasted duck. When I asked if he'd been hunting, he said nein, he had been to see you.
Yes, Mr. Hans German Shepherd, I'm recommending Canine Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com for all my canine patients. The powder mixes with your dog food to create a delicious duck-flavored gravy. Order your Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com today.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Welcome back to the MyLocalRadio.com Coaches pregame show. We're about a minute away from tip-off here. The Lyman cheerleaders have the flags ready to be presented for the national anthem. So I'm going to say a quick word before we go to another commercial break during the national anthem, allowing us to pay our respects on the 77th anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the Tire Professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Your mobility affects every aspect of your life. When you suffer from an injury that decreases your mobility, or maybe you're just noticing that you're having a harder time balancing and your flexibility isn't what it used to be, call Randy Christofferson at Achieve Sports Medicine. Randy will work with you to improve your overall health by reducing pain and improving mobility. Schedule your appointment today by calling 307-747-4627. Achieve Sports Medicine in Lyman. No excuses, just results.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Starting lineups here being announced at Lyman High School. Parker Clausen will make the start for the Farson Eden Pronghorns. Number 20, Lane Mitchelson, one of 4 seniors on this roster, a very experienced group in the Farson Eden Pronghorns. Also making the start, number 25, Hagen Jones. Number 32, Carson Jones. And as I try to peek at who the final, Colby Jones also in the starting lineup, excuse me. So sophomore Colby Jones in with his twin brother Carson Jones. So 3 sophomores, 2 seniors making the starting lineup for the Farson Eden Pronghorns. And the starting lineups for the Lyman Eagles being announced. Number 20, excuse me, not number 20. Sorry, I'm just flipping my card here and circling the starting lineups as I get them. Andrew Housekeeper will make the start. Stockton Walker going to start for Lyman. Number 3, Michael Kunzler. Number 23, Lucas Anson. We spoke in depth about him and how important he is to this team before the game has started. And the final person in the starting lineup is Jet Dickerson, sophomore. So Dickerson, Walker, Housekeeper, Kunzler, and Anson going to make the start here for the Lyman Eagles tonight. And the tip is won by Lane Mitchelson, and we are off here on the 2018-19 season. The Farson Eden Pronghorns getting the ball first, and immediately we have a foul underneath. And I believe that's going to go against Jed Dickerson, the 5'8" sophomore for Lyman. Inbounding the ball, Parker Clausen. He's going to get it back right away in the corner. He's going to shoot a 3, and the first shot of the season for Farson Eden is off, and they scramble for the ball on the ground, and Lucas Hansen, wouldn't you know, Lucas Hansen winds up with the ball on the ground. The first player to dive on the court usually gets the ball, and Lucas Hansen was that for the Lyman Eagles, and he gets rewarded for it. Bringing the ball up is Andrew Housekeeper for Lyman. It's going to be a back screen. Looked like Stockton Walker is going to shoot it. He's going to give it back to Housekeeper. Housekeeper is going to shoot a long 3, and he's going to miss. Tipped off of, I think that was Michael Kunzler underneath and out of play. So it will be Farson Eden's ball on the baseline, and immediately some pressure being set up from Kevin Lewick. And immediately broken, and that's a beautiful pass underneath, ditched to the corner, and a missed shot there from Colby Jones, and immediately Lyman's coming the opposite way, bowling over a defender, no call, and that's the first points of the season, courtesy of Michael Kunzler, who really just kind of railroaded a defender under the basket. No call, though. Lucky not to get a charge on that one. Ball tipped up, and a foul is called. I think this is going to be called on Farson Eden on the rebound. It is. That is Parker Clausen, the sophomore. He will pick up his first foul of the contest. So Lyman will work at a very high pace this season, and that one may be a little bit too fast as Lyman dropped that one out of bounds. Jet Dickerson not able to handle it on the sideline. So Lyman's going to use a lot of pressure on defense, try to mix up the defenses and the showings that they give. And in the corner, that's Dickerson defending, and the ball is knocked loose, and that's Stockton Walker who picks it up, ready to go the opposite way. Jet Dickerson with the ball in the wing. He's going to toss it back up top. Ball works its way into Stockton Walker's hands. Some motion on the top of the zone. All 5 Lyman players right now on the outside of the three-point line, and because of that, the ball is once again dribbled out of bounds. Andrew Housekeeper with the turnover. Shad Sellers coming into the game for the first time. Farson Eden Pronghorns, first substitution of the year. There's some pressure as Farson tries to bring it over midcourt. And it looks like Farson's going to hold on to it for a second. Slow the pace down just a little bit. If they want to win tonight, they'll probably have to do a lot of that as Carson Jones has the ball on the right side, looking to cut towards the middle. No room there, and a timeout immediately there from Rick Michelson, the first time out, less than 2 minutes into this game, he did not like what he saw in that possession. Maybe he saw a turnover coming. I'm not exactly sure, but he was near midcourt screaming timeout. He did not like what he is seeing there. So Farson Eden maybe struggling a little bit in the first 2 minutes. As expected, when you're 2 minutes into a season, sometimes you're going to see some slow starts, and Farson Eden, looked like maybe they weren't expecting some of this pressure that the Lyman Eagles are bringing so far. Coach Michelson talks it over with his team, and we're back to action as that one is thrown through the paint and knocked away. Stockton Walker got his hands on it and put it out on the baseline. Farson looking to get it to the corner. Pump fake. Free throw line. A nice pass underneath, and that's going to be the first basket for Farson. Shad Seller, the first substitute of the game, gets the first points, and it's 2-all. Housekeeper picks up his dribble. A mistake there as the ball is knocked away. Housekeeper picked up his ball, picked up the ball on the wing and really didn't have anyone near him, so it was one of those situations where he was trapped. Housekeeper brings the ball over midcourt. Anson sets the screen. Nice little pick and roll there. Anson's going to take the free throw line jumper, and he's going to hit it. So Lucas Anson with his first basket of this season, and it gives the Eagles a 4-2 lead. Farson really trying to get it underneath, and they do. Ball goes all the way through the paint and kicked out for a three. Not going to happen there. Long rebound. Housekeeper is going to take it the entire way. Throw it off the glass. No call. Tried to draw contact. And here comes Farson the other way. Pass through the lane in, and that's going to be a layup for number 22, Colby Jones, the sophomore. And now Lyman's going to walk this one up the court with the point guard, Andrew Housekeeper, the junior. Ball goes to the corner. Shot there from Dickerson wide. And Farson looking to take their first lead of the contest. Jones in the corner. Nice pass, cut, and layup there for Farson, as that one easy for Lane Mitchelson as he made the cut from the top of the key, went all the way down the paint unguarded, and he got that nice roll to the basket for a layup. Mitchelson comes out, guards the screen, and he's going to get a layup, and he misses. Lots of contact, no call. 3 Farson players down there. Each one gets a shot, and that will go, a whistle will go against Lyman. So ton of contact here on some of these balls, some of these drives at the basket. No calls, though, as Lane Mitchelson did a good job stepping up on the screen, didn't get in the offensive player's way, and sure enough, Housekeeper just kind of ran into him. The ball kind of kicked off of maybe his thigh or his leg towards midcourt, where Mitchelson was able to pick it up. Mitchelson to inbound. This one's going to go to Jones on the outside. He's going to back this one out for a second. Carson Jones. He's going to give this one over to Hagan Jones. Hagan Jones going to try to cut the baseline and loses it, but to the other Jones on the court. Mitchelson steps back, foot on the line. That's only a 2, and he misses off the rim. And here comes Lyman the other way. Tried to jump the route there, was Hagan Jones unsuccessfully. Lucas Anson winds up with the ball underneath, knocked out of his hands, and a good defensive save there from Farson Eden. Shad Seller coming up big there. It looked like Lucas Anson had a layup. Seller stuck his hand in there and knocked it away, and now Hagan Jones steals it off the inbound. Mitchelson in the corner, working one-on-one. Looked like he was trying to tell his teammates to clear out there, but he'll go into the defender and draw some contact. Yeah, no shot on that one. No continuation like the NBA. Lane Mitchelson was trying to get it, could not get the continuation, so it's a foul and an inbound. Shot there. Mitchelson with the rebound, or actually that's Seller underneath. Seller gets the ball, pump fakes, and lays it off the glass, and Farson Eden has an 8-4 lead. Nice cut there from Lyman. The ball goes off of the fingertips of Chase Richards and out of bounds. That's going to go off of Lyman. And another turnover here. Kevin Lewick not happy about how the game has gone in the first 5 minutes of this one. He's going to call a timeout. We're going to take a timeout too on mylocalradio.com.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Well, there's an old John Wooden quote. Famous basketball coach, aficionado of basketball. He said, play quick, but don't hurry. And it looks like the Lyman Eagles are hurrying right now. They're trying to play quick, but they're playing too fast. Yes, there is such a thing as too fast because they're not being smart with the ball. They're just kind of throwing it willy-nilly, and that's led to several turnovers to start this game. Nice pass and get it right back there from number 32, Carson Jones, as he was in the corner, threw it all the way across the court, and then immediately got it back when he cut the baseline, and he was unattended to the basket. That one thrown up there by Chase Richards, and that's not going to do the trick. Underneath, Mitchelson tries to control it and get a layup. He can't, and Lyman tries to run the court again, and it's intercepted. Lane Mitchelson straight down the lane. He's going to ditch this one off, and it's going to be another layup for Hagen Jones. So quickly, Farson Eden learning how to pressure the Lyman Eagles and force a lot of turnovers. This pressure has stifled the Lyman Eagles so far. Ball thrown to the corner. Three there from Lyman, not going to do the trick. Jet Dickerson misses, and then Jet Dickerson gets a foul on the other end. Actually, no, they're going to give this one instead to Andrew Housekeeper. That'll be his first of the contest. And the Lyman Eagles have 4 fouls here in the first quarter. And going to the free throw line is Farson Eden looking to extend this lead already of 12-4. And the first one back rim and off. Hagen Jones at the free throw line. And back into the game comes Lucas Hansen. So Lucas Hansen gets a short break and then immediately checks back in for the senior Chase Richards. Second shot from Hagen. Not going to do the trick there. Ripping the ball down and taking it away is Jacob Woodland. Hansen throws it to the paint. Trying to get the shot up there, but blocked by Lane Mitchelson and out of play. So Lyman Eagles is kind of trying to shoot the ball as fast as possible. It's not working out for them so far as they trail 12-4. Nice cut down the baseline, and they're going to call a clear out, I think, on Lucas Hansen here. So Lucas Hansen boxed out his defender on the inbound, which allowed a Lyman player to run right down the lane. So that's why he was so open, and you're not allowed to do that. Farson's running the ball down the court, and there he missed the shot. Back comes the other way is Lyman, and on the ball, the court, 3 players wind up on the court there as Michael Kunzler could not control it. Maybe a little bit too quick there, too fast, and a jump ball. Possession goes to Farson. So Farson will trot this one over midcourt here, looking to get some rhythm into this game. As Lane Mitchelson cuts down the lane, he's going to get another layup. A single basket from the Farson Eden Pronghorns in this game has been a layup. They are cutting very nicely without the ball, and that is how you score in basketball. It's not always what you do with the ball. Sometimes it's what you do without the ball. And another run out there for Farson Eden, and another layup for Colby Jones off of a steal and a run out. This one widely thrown across the court. Kunzler going to dish it back out. 3 attempt there, and that drops. So Stockton Walker gets his first make of the game, and Stockton Walker trying to heat up from outside. 16-7, Farson with the lead here. Some more pressure by the Lyman Eagles. Handled easily by Farson. Carson Jones. And cutting down the middle of the lane is Hagen Jones. So Hagen Jones gets the layup and gets it to fall. It is 18-7 in this contest. Taking the ball over mid-court is Jet Dickerson. Dickerson gets it back. Lyman kind of bunched up right now. Farson really just attacking the ball. Looks like they're doubling everything with a high zone defense. Kunzler tries to go up amongst many trees inside, and he turns it over, leads out to a layup for Lane Mitchelson. The assist goes to Hagan Jones, and it's 18-7. So the Lyman Eagles, after one quarter, trail 20-7 in this contest. Kevin Lewick's got some work to do to get his team back into this one. Probably talking about how to defend the pressure of Farson Eden and Coach Rick Mitchelson. Join us after this commercial break on mylocalradio.com. Once again, thank you for tuning in.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
After one quarter, it is 20-7. The Pronghorns over the Eagles so far. The Pronghorns using a high-powered offense, something that Lyman was really trying to trademark and use to their advantage. It has come back to bite them so far after one quarter, because the Farson Eden Pronghorns, won a powerhouse, have had no problem breaking the pressure and led to many open layups for this team. Lyman Eagles will get the ball to start the second quarter. Andrew Housekeeper with the ball, trying to drive towards the basket. He's going to throw it off the glass, and it is clanked away. Lane Mitchelson there for the rebound, looking to push the ball down the court. Mitchelson's going to go all the way, try to go untouched, and he misses. Lyman comes the other way. Kunzler blocked from behind from Lane Mitchelson, but they will call a foul. Actually, it was not Lane Mitchelson, excuse me. It was Parker Clausen. Parker Clausen coming in from behind. Tried to go for the block, and I think they said he got a lot of arm on that one, so it is a foul, and Kunzler goes to the line for two shots and makes the first. So Kunzler, the 5'11" senior for this team. 5 seniors on this Lyman Eagle team, so a lot of experience to try to get them through tough games like this one. Kunzler misses the second shot. Chad Seller's shoe comes off, so he has to pick it up and run down the court. And Farson will send it to the corner. Mitchelson with the ball. A lot of motion here from the Farson Eden Pronghorns so far. Kicking it back out. Underneath, Mitchelson has it knocked away, and here comes Kunzler, 1-on-4. He's going to go all the way, throw it off the backboard, and nearly banked it in. He's going to get fouled, and he will get 2 shots because that one just missed. So Kunzler went 1 of 2 from the free throw line a minute ago. He'll try to go perfect this time around. And the first shot is short. Not enough legs underneath that one, so let's see if he can put this one in. The foul, by the way, was called on Farson's number 33, Colin Malik. And the rebound for Lyman comes straight out. Lucas Hansen tries to get the rebound, and I believe they're going to call a foul on Lucas Hansen. Let's see. Yes, they do call a foul on Lucas Hansen on the rebound. Kind of went in with his head. Like a battering ram on that one, and that will be his second foul of the contest. So Lucas Hansen has to be careful. If he gets his third, he might have to sit for the rest of the half. But he is a crucial part of this Lyman Eagle team, so we'll have to see how cautious he is as Farson Eden brings the ball over midcourt again. Mitchelson, Hagan Jones. And all the way back up top. Nice anticipation play there from Housekeeper. He's going to drive all the way. Probably not the right decision as he throws it off the side of the backboard. Didn't really realize where he was when he attempted to shoot that layup. And Farson Eden grabs the ball and tries to go down the opposite end of the court. Thrown across the middle, making a play on it is Colby Jones, but he cannot corral it. Ball goes out of play, and it will be a Lyman Eagle basketball. So just as I said that earlier, Lucas Hansen does check out, as does number 22, Jacob Woodland, another senior for this team. And in comes Chase Richards again. So Chase Richards maybe adding some more shooting ability, some quickness to this roster. He gets the ball immediately. He'll go around a screen there, and he misses badly on that shot. Jacob Woodland set the screen there. And Farson Eden brings the ball over midcourt. High intensity, very fast-paced first quarter. It's kind of slowed down here in the first 2 minutes and counting of the second. Hagan Jones going to go all the way down. This one's going to be kicked to the corner. Shot no good. And Shad Seller tried to get the rebound. Did he draw a foul? He did. Shad Seller is actually going to be called for this foul as he went over the back. So a nice box out there from Lyman. So Seller picks up his first foul, the senior for the Pronghorns. And Housekeeper brings the ball over for Lyman. He has it in the corner, directing his teammates around, throws it underneath to Woodland. That is how you beat the zone. You just have to pass the ball and move the ball before they can react and jump on you. So let's see if Lyman can move the ball at the pace that they are moving it right now. Shot from the corner, no good. Housekeeper on the 3-ball attempt. And the run out is temporarily stopped there from Lyman as the ball is tipped out of play off of Lyman. So the Pronghorns will have an inbound underneath the basket. Mitchelson. A lot of fighting going on underneath the basket between Mitchelson and the smaller Jet Dickerson. Tried to cut down was Mitchelson down the right side as he had a teammate driving down the left side. That was Carson Jones. Carson Jones tried to throw it around the defender. Would have been a nice play if he was able to complete the pass. He was not, and it goes out of play. Chase Richards goes for the layup all by himself and misses it. So Chase Richards not having the game he would have liked to so far. And we have a timeout. Actually, let's wait 1 second. Thought we called a timeout. It might have been something on the court because there was no timeout officially taken. So as it stands, Farson Eden gets the ball inbounds, and immediately picking up a foul there is number 12, Jacob Woodland. So Woodland gets the foul, and they'll send the Pronghorns to the free throw line. That is Lane Mitchelson, who will stand on the line for a 1-and-1. Mitchelson bends the knees, and the first shot touches nothing but net on that one. Smooth stroke from Lane Mitchelson, who's really showed up big for his Pronghorn teammates today. And the second shot rolls around the rim, no good. Knocked away temporarily there by Colby Jones. But Lyman trying to come down the other side. Pump fake from Richards. Gets it to the corner. And Lyman will pull it out. A little bunched up. But a free throw line jumper there from Woodland. No good. And that's going to lead to another layup for the Farson Eden Pronghorns as Colby Jones found the ball. Stepping into a shot there, no good. Jet Dickerson hasn't really found his outside shooting stroke yet, and because of that, his team trails 23-8. Another foul 95 feet away from the basket. Not going to help there. Chase Richards with the foul, and that will send another Pronghorn to the free throw line. Hagan Jones will have an opportunity to add to this already 15-point lead with a 1-and-1. 3:57 to go in the first half. Play four 8-minute quarters. And the first free throw is no good, so Lyman with the rebound, and they'll come down the opposite end of the court. Woodland sees one go off of his hands and out of play. Or, excuse me, a picked up by Farson. Mitchelson tries to get his own shot, does. He'll get his rebound and then put it off the backboard and in. And one for Lane Mitchelson. He'll get the harm and the hoop. And he'll go to the free throw line for one more free throw. 25-8 on that one. After that one, with a chance to add to the lead. The foul goes on Jet Dickerson. That is his second foul of the contest. So the fouls piling up here for Lyman. 9 fouls in the first half, including 2 to Anson, 2 to Dickerson. Some of their better players and the bigger players in that starting lineup have had to sit down due to foul trouble. Farson Edom with some pressure. Broken there by Lyman, and a little bit of indecision there from Lyman. That was number 20, Preston Brewer, who really didn't know what he wanted to do with the ball, and because of that, his pivot foot dragged across the ground, and it is a travel. 26-8, Rick Mitchelson, the head coach of the Farson team, has to be happy with what he's seen so far, as this one is ditched inside to Lane Mitchelson, tries to get a dunk off, and I think he lost it going up because he did not have it when he hung on the rim. And they're going to say he was pushed in the back on the dunk attempt. So Lane Mitchelson having some fun out on the court. The foul goes to Andrew Housekeeper. That is his second free throw, or second foul, which will send Mitchelson to the free throw line. Some oohs and ahs across the crowd as Lane Mitchelson went up for the dunk. Would have been interesting to see the reaction if he was able to put it home, but he lost it going up, and it was 27-8. Second free throw from Mitchelson, and that one is good. So Mitchelson, a smooth player so far. I'll have to talk to Rick Mitchelson after the game, maybe before tomorrow's contest, to see if he has any plans to go play at the next level. And the foul there as Chase Richards was handling the ball. I think his arm was hit on the reach attempt. And it'll be a side out of bounds here for the Eagles. Michael Kunzler comes back in the game. Preston Brewer checks out. Inbounding the ball is Stockton Walker. Housekeeper bringing it up. Double screen here. He's going to work around both of them. And nothing going for him, so he'll just pull up at the free throw line and try to make the jumper. No good. Mitchelson with the rebound. He's going to run all the way down the court, and he's going to throw it off the hands of his tall teammate, Chad Seller. A little bit too quick for the big man there. And talking about quick, Lyman's trying to beat the press, and they did beat the pressure, but they did not convert as ball was thrown to the end line, and then they tried to throw it across the baseline, but it went out of play. And it's 28-8. Nice read there from Housekeeper. Couldn't get to it in time, however. And the drive is no good. Ball just being tipped around there from Farson. Eventually, Carson Jones misses it. And just a plethora of offensive rebounds here for this Farson Eden Pronghorn team. As it was shot after shot, I believe 4 shots on that possession in the span of about 5 seconds. Eventually, Lane Mitchelson wound up with the ball, and he was fouled, so he'll get 2 attempts at the free throw line. First shot is good, so Lane Mitchelson making a living in this game so far from the free throw line, and I don't blame him because he is carrying this Pronghorn team, the senior, one of 4 seniors on the Pronghorn roster. Second free throw is up, and it is good. So let's see how the Lyman Eagles can finish out this half, down 30-8. Nothing has gone their way so far. It's going to be a drive right down the lane, and fouled there. Stockton Walker took the ball on the outside at the top of the key, and he just decided, all right, I'm going to go get it. And he did, going all the way down the lane before getting fouled. First shot is up, and that is off the right side of the rim and out. No good on that one. 30-8 the score. Second shot is up and no good. Unable to get his own rebound there, and Carson Jones, coming the opposite way. Carson throws it underneath, and that's going to be another layup for the Farson Eden Pronghorns. That one courtesy of Carson Keeler, the lone junior on this roster. And coming down the opposite end of the court with the Lyman Eagles, Housekeeper was fouled. Let's see if they called it on the shot or not. They are going to call it on the shot. So Andrew Housekeeper will go to the free throw line. Foul was called on Hagan Jones. That is his first of the contest. So the fouls right now are 10-7. Pronghorns and the Lyman Eagles both in the bonus for the final 2 minutes. Housekeeper's first free throw is off the front of the rim. Rebound, and it's a 3-on-2 run out here for the Pronghorns. A little bit too quick. Ball dished back out. Calling for it is Jones on the outside, and that is off the foot of Housekeeper, and now to play.
Checking in for the Pronghorns, number 51,
Shad Seller going to check in for Mitchelson, son of head coach Rick Mitchelson. Sits right on the first seat on the bench. So let's see if that is the last time we'll see Lane Mitchelson in this half with 1:40 to go. Dribbling it near midcourt there is Carson Jones, and they're going to call a foul on number 22, Colby Jones. That is, excuse me, no, it is actually on Lyman. Players were going the opposite end of the court, so they tricked me. It is actually on Stockton Walker, his second, and that'll be 2 free throws for Hagan Jones. Jones' first free throw is just short there off the front rim and out. 32-8. Second free throw from Jones is wide to the left, and chasing that one down is Stockton Walker. Looking to break the pressure. Walker takes it and thrown away again. Shad Seller winds up with it underneath the basket, and in comes Jacob Woodland bowling over the Pronghorn player, and that's going to be a foul. So that is the third foul on Jacob Woodland. So the foul is just stacking up here for head coach Kevin Lewick. Would not be surprised to see Andrew Woodland check out of the game, or Jacob Woodland, excuse me. And sure enough, Jacob Woodland checks out of the game, and Preston Brewer will re-enter. 33-8, second free throw here. Colby Jones sends it long, and Lyman with the rebound, Colin Rogers. Housekeeper bringing it up. This one's going to be ditched outside. Colin Rogers looked like he wanted to attempt a three, did not. And straight down the lane, thrown up, and another attempt there. Second effort's going to do the trick. Andrew Housekeeper got his own rebound and was able to put that one in. Housekeeper nearly gets a steal off the inbound as well. Winds up on the floor before Farson gets the ball. And with 52 seconds to go, Rick Mitchelson is shouting one shot. So let's see if his team follows that principle. As the clock ticks down to under 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter of the Bridger Valley Invitational. Our first of 4 quarterfinal matches all going on right now between the intermediate school down the street in Mountain View and this gymnasium right here. 20 seconds to go. The Pronghorns have done a good job of running out this clock as Brewer goes out to attack the ball. Seller gives it up. Hagan Jones going to get it back, and that's going to be a layup with 4 seconds to go on that one. 2 seconds, they do not realize. A long attempt there off the rim, and no good. Carson Keeler with the layup with under 5 seconds to go, and it is 35-10 after one half. So not the opener that Kevin Lewick might have hoped for the Lyman Eagles, but the Farson Eden Pronghorns and Rick Mitchelson have found their way early here in this season in game number 1, putting up 35 in the first half. So a 35-10 score at the break. We're going to take a commercial break on mylocalradio.com. Join us after this commercial break.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
So I'm here with Coach Lewick.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Back from this commercial break here on mylocalradio.com. The Lyman Eagles coming off a campaign last year where they did not top 5 wins. Meanwhile, the Farson Eden Pronghorns won a powerhouse in Wyoming, showing why they have no problem playing up in class and beating some of those better opponents, I guess you could say, on paper, those bigger opponents. Bigger schools, as the Farson Eden Pronghorns, led by Lane Mitchelson, have really just empowered themselves by the Lyman Eagles so far. So don't count the Lyman Eagles out just yet. Still a half to play here on mylocalradio.com. But easily our performer of the game so far, the player of the game so far, has to be Lane Mitchelson. Lane Mitchelson with over 10 points in the first half, made a steady living at the free throw line, probably his lake house or his second home. At least that's what it felt like in the first half, because when he was not making his layups or making his shots, he found himself at the free throw line just getting some more attempts. And that has been the downfall of Lyman so far. Is, well, a couple of things so far have been really harming the Lyman Eagles so far. One has been the fouls. I think there was 13 or 14 fouls in the first half called on Lyman, and it's not like the fouls were not given correctly. I definitely would say that the Lyman Eagles earned plenty of those fouls themselves by being a little bit too aggressive and maybe just some unlucky plays underneath the basket, giving up offensive rebounds, and then just kind of sticking their hands in there. And hands in the cookie jar, usually not a good place to be when people are watching. And because of that, the Lyman Eagles find themselves down 35-10. And then another reason that the Eagles haven't found their way has been the pressure. As I said in the first half, John Wooden's old quote, longtime basketball coach for UCLA: play quick, but don't hurry. And there is a distinction between those two words, meaning you can play quick, you can use that pace to your advantage where you're just trying to beat the other team down the court, but if you're not doing it smart, if you're not doing it efficiently, there really just is no way that your team is going to persevere and push through and break that pressure. So the Lyman Eagles really have had problems with this Farson Eden Pronghorn press in that first half. Farson really just kind of offering a 1-2-2 zone and then a half-court trap, it seemed like, when the ball was in the half-court, because 2-3 players were always running towards the ball and always just, it seemed like always on top of the players immediately after getting it. And unfortunately for the Lyman Eagles, when they did break the pressure in the backcourt and get the ball up, it just seemed like they were in such a hurry to shoot the ball that sometimes they didn't even look where they were on the court and threw it off the side of the backboard, or just kind of willy-nilly just kind of fired that thing at the backboard hoping it would drop. It did not for them. And a lot of those actually led to Farson Eden runouts. That's the problem. If you are going to run fast, if you're going to be a high efficiency, high powerful team that uses a fast pace, you got to make sure that you're making those layups and those outside shots if you're going to use them in transition, because a lot of the times they'll break the Farson Eden pressure and then they would miss the layup, leading to a Farson Eden rebound, and then because they broke the pressure in the way that they did, those Farson Eden players had not crossed midcourt yet. So that led to easy outlet passes, and then it was basically off to the races for a lot of those players, including Lane Mitchelson, who had over 10 points in the first half and has been our player of the game so far in this contest. We're going to take another quick commercial break here on mylocalradio.com during the halftime break before our girls game, where the Lyman Eagles girls basketball team will take on the Kimmerer Rangers. Stay tuned for more second half action and the girls game to follow.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
And back out onto the court come the Lyman Eagle boys basketball team with just under 2 minutes to go before the halftime break concludes. The Farson Eden Pronghorns, as you would expect, didn't have a lot to talk about during the break. They were quick out of the break, led by head coach Rick Mitchelson. Mitchelson having some fun out there with his players, and why not? Led by senior Lane Mitchelson. Sorry for that, I had to sneeze, so I didn't want to keep the microphone on. Led by Lane Mitchelson with 12 points in the first half. Did get a dunk attempt off from Mitchelson. He was fouled as he was going to the hoop, and he lost it on his way up, or it was knocked out of his hand, and he didn't finish the dunk. But let's see what the 35-10 lead, if Mitchelson's got any more tricks up his sleeve, and if he tries to pull one out late in this game. Don't want to miss multiple dunks in one game, however, though. I know the first one was a foul, but at the end of the day, it does hurt your ego a little bit if you go for, say 3 or 4 dunks and you don't make any of them. But as it stands right now, 35-10 is the score. I'm sure Lane Mitchelson would be much happier with the win than a successful dunk on opening night. the winner of this contest, like I said, will play at 9:30 tomorrow morning against the winner of Big Piney and Kemmer. That is happening at the intermediate school right now. Try to get an update before we leave our broadcast if we can. Big Piney and Kemmer, the winner will play the winner of this matchup. The losers play at the intermediate school varsity starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Farson passing the ball around on this first possession to start the second half. And right in the middle, wide open, is Hagen Jones. He's going to take the free throw line jumper, and he's going to hit it. Mitchelson instructing his team to get up and pressure. Lyman able to break that pressure. And thrown away is Hagen Jones in the middle. Actually, Colby Jones in the middle of that one steals it away. Carson Jones gets his own rebound and cannot hit it on the second attempt either. There's Carson Jones again, and wildly the ball throwing the ball around, and the ball goes into the scorer's table at center court out of play. And the second half has not started better than what the first half ended, and because of that, head coach Kevin Lewick wants a timeout. He will take one. And a short break here, less than a minute in to the second half, as the Pronghorns have continued to pressure here, up by 27. And Rick Mitchelson, see if he gets some more players into this second half. He's kind of got 8, 9 deep so far. So let's see if he starts to use some of those more inexperienced players, some of those sophomores, freshmen in this contest, get them a little bit more experience. They have 8 players on their bench to the Pronghorns, so potential to go as many as 13 deep, assuming all of the players in jerseys are fit and able to play. Mitchelson's going to take his first touch and drive down the lane. He's going to fight through some contact, and he's going to get the ball off the glass and be fouled. And a 6 for 7 first half from the free throw line. He's going to attempt 2 more. And some players running in there like it was a 1-on-1-and-1. Colby Jones for Farson, but the miss there, and Mitchelson will get another free throw. Second free throw is no good, rims around, and they're going to call a foul there on number 2, Parker Clausen for Farson. That is his 3rd foul. So Clausen picks up his 3rd foul, and that's the first Farson Eden player to get 3 fouls. Still in the game, though. So some faith instituted there by Rick Mitchelson not to foul on this possession. Ball swung to the other side, cutting down the baseline, and that's a nice job to use his body to defend there. That was number 10, Andrew Housekeeper. Used his body to keep the taller defender away from the ball, and he banked that one off the glass. Nice little drive down the baseline and score there for Parker Clausen. And immediately we have a jump ball. This one's going to head towards Lyman possession as Housekeeper wound up on the ground. And Clausen will check out, so Clausen gets the bucket. He was knocked down, maybe a little bit of a foul on that one, but no call. So it is 39-12 here. Mitchelson defending, trying to beat the offensive player to the spot. He does not, as they call the foul on Mitchelson there. That is his first. You've seen a lot from Lane Mitchelson, where he just kind of reads where the offensive player is going. If he beats him to the spot, that's how he's gotten the ball knocked away a couple times, and that's how you draw a charge. You beat him to that spot, and then when he runs into you, it's a charge. Mitchelson looking to swing it underneath. Did not get it there, though, as Colin Rogers comes up with it for Lyman. And Chase Richards is being trapped near midcourt, and he drops the ball. And here comes the other way. Colby Rogers gets it over to Mitchelson. Mitchelson goes through 2 defenders. He will be fouled. Kind of like a pick-em there on who the foul is actually going to be called on. And it is on number 23, Lucas Anson. That is his 3rd, after he sat down early in the second quarter with 2 fouls. So Lucas Anson picks up his 3rd. 2 minutes into the third quarter, and he will check out as back into the game comes Jacob Woodland, excuse me. First free throw was good from Mitchelson, breaking his 2 consecutive miss. He's called a streak there. And back into the game for the Lyman Eagles is Blake Palmer. I say back into, I'm not sure that Blake Palmer did check into that. There's a whistle. There's an official stoppage there as the official was called over to the table. I'm wondering if we had a substitution infraction, meaning that somebody was not in the book. Either that or a scoring error. And sure enough, it is a book error. So yes, I called that. Blake Palmer did not check into the game yet, and Blake Palmer was not in the book. So if you're not in the book, it is a technical foul on the team. I believe it is considered a team technical foul, and headed to the free throw line. Making 1 of 2 there is Carson Jones. So Carson Jones able to capitalize, get another point for his team, and a timeout is called by the Pronghorns. So we're going to take this timeout with them. The Pronghorns leading 41-12.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Back here on MyLocalRadio.com, Pronghorns leading the Eagles 41-12 in this contest. As Hagan Jones has the ball. Tries to run around the defender, dishes it off, and gets it back in the corner. Mitchelson making a cut down the lane, looking to get the ball. Will not. He'll get it in the corner, pump fake, and drive the baseline before giving it up. Right near the basket, foul there was Shad Seller, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. So a foul fest here in the second half has broke out. That is 4 fouls already on the Lyman Eagles, not even 3 minutes into the third quarter. So the Pronghorns look like they'll be shooting free throws for a while if this pace continues on the fouls. Kevin Lewick trying to urge his team not to foul once the ball gets underneath the basket, especially giving plenty of chances for an and one opportunity. Seller gets the second free throw. A little bit of a weird stroke from him, but the second free throw is off to the right. Woodland over to Chase Richards. Richards gives it back. Gonna cut this one all the way across, and too tall there for Michael Kunzler. Good attempt there from Housekeeper, but a little bit too tall for the 5'11 senior. Chase Richards playing defense, trying to poke the ball away. Farson gets it over midcourt. Tries to get it to the corner. Sellers is cutting towards the basket, able to somehow corral it. This one goes off of Mitchelson's leg, and he'll get it back. Lane, and he will slow it down and bring the ball towards midcourt. Mitchelson just kind of running around some defenders, and he finds his teammate Shad Seller underneath the basket for an easy layup. Chase Richards sees that one go off of his foot, and that's going to be a backcourt violation, as Chase Richards was in the front court, tried to catch it, and I think he was running before he had possession of the ball, because the ball went through his hands and off of his knee into the backcourt. So 44-12 in this one. And Seller comes out after scoring 6 points in this second half. And back into the game is Colby Jones. Mitchelson takes hard contact underneath the basket. That's a pat on the back there from Jacob Woodland. Good sportsmanship from the Eagles after a hard foul. And it is the 4th foul on Jacob Woodland. So Jacob Woodland in danger of fouling out. You only get 5 fouls in Wyoming high school sports. So with 4 fouls, if he's going to stay in the game, he will have no choice but to play a little bit differently, and sure enough, he comes out of the game, as does another Lyman Eagle. Second free throw here from Mitchelson, and that one not going to get a friendly roll. Down with the rebound is Brewer, and he will be fouled as he had picked up his dribble and he was being double teamed there. And Kunzler, excuse me, it was not Brewer. Kunzler will draw the foul. That is on number 25, Hagen Jones. In the corner off the inbound. Pronghorns trying to double, and they will call, I think, a tripping violation there. And let's see who the foul is called on. I think it's going to go to number 2, Parker Clausen. It is, and that is his 4th foul. So Parker Clausen will most likely be done for the quarter with 4 fouls, as you would expect Woodland to be. Shot from the corner, long miss. Here comes the Pronghorns running the other way, and that's an easy layup for Hagen Jones. And Hagen Jones extends the lead to a 35-point lead. Little back and forth. Mitchelson catches it in the air and lays it off the glass. And it's 49-12. All the way down the basket, and a blocking foul. Not able to get the bucket there is Kunzler. As Kunzler attempted to get an and-one. Nearly got it as the defender slid in underneath him, trying to draw the charge. It is a blocking violation. Number 31, Shad Seller, and Kunzler to the line for 2. First free throw is up, and it is good. So Lane will check out of the game, get a high five from his dad, Rick. Free throw is up, and it is short. Trying to chase down his rebound is Kunzler. Kunzler cannot, and Farson sprinting down the court the opposite way. Gives it up to Hagen Jones. A little bit too far for him to spot up and shoot that one, so he'll pull it out. Nice bounce pass on the outside. Hagen Jones gets it back, looking to find his teammates. And this one is intercepted underneath the basket there. Nice play by the Lyman Eagle defense, and taking it the entire way there. And the foul is called. Jed Dickerson intercepted the ball underneath the basket on the block, and he went coast to coast on that one. Kind of ran out of room at the end and picked up his dribble. Lucky they called a foul. The foul did go on number 33, Colin Malik, for Farson Eden, his 2nd. Seller checks out of the contest again. And Carson Jones checking back in. Dickerson with the ball on the top of the key. He's going to shoot it from long distance, and he's going to hit. So Jed Dickerson from long range tried to find that range in the first half, could not, but he hits his first 3-ball attempt of the second half. 49-16 is the lead for Farson. Just trying to get some improvement here for Lyman. Might not be able to win this game, but you can certainly show your best effort and really just work towards tomorrow, as they will play at least 2 games tomorrow, regardless of those results, in the intermediate school right down the street here in Lyman. Jones going to find an alley and try to drive the left side. He's going to kick it back out to his teammate. Xander Reed with the ball for the first time for the Pronghorns, and that is a foul on the outside there, about 30 feet from the basket. Colin Rogers, the guilty party, that is his 3rd, and both teams are in the bonus for the rest of the game. So if you like free throws, this is the game for you, as both teams will get free throws the rest of the way. Nice cut after inbounding the ball there, and Colby Jones finds an easy, uncontested layup there. Sometimes when you're inbounding the ball, the most dangerous person is the inbounder, as he threw it in and then got it immediately back like a give and go. That was a nice play right there from Colin Rogers, as he's able to cut through the defense like butter. And 51-18. A foul is called. I believe they're going to call a push. And Colin Rogers with the foul before the shot, so it will be a 1-and-1 foul here. And Colin Rogers picks up his 4th foul of the contest, so he will check out for the foreseeable future here in this 3rd quarter. The 3rd player with 4 fouls in this one. And that shot is no good, and able to get his own rebound there and throw it underneath to Colby Jones. And an easy pass right through the lane, uncontested. And Lyman has the ball going the opposite way. Farson defender falls down. It's a 5-on-4 if they can use it. A reaching foul there will stop the action and head to the free throw line. Let's see who goes to the free throw line. It is Kunzler. So Kunzler pushing the ball down the court on a 5-on-4 break for the Lyman Eagles, and he gets a foul, and he'll get a 1-and-1 free throw attempt. So if he makes this one, he'll get another one. Down 51-18. Kunzler, first free throw is no good, but a rebound from Brewer, straight up, no good. Rebound there from Lucas Anson, and Lucas Anson finally makes his mark on this game in the 3rd quarter, and his team trails 51-20. So a big rebound there from the big man, Lucas Anson, underneath the basket, and he was able to put it in. So an offensive rebound and a basket there for Anson. And Farson Eden looking content to use some of this clock here in this 2nd half. A lot of passes going on. Good movement from this Pronghorn team. A lot of weave action in the half-court set. It's going to be a 3-ball attempt, and that is wide there from number 21, Xander Reed, the sophomore. And down comes Lyman going the other way. Anson on the court trying to poke that one away from a Pronghorn player after it was turned over. Could not, and here come the Pronghorns the other way with 50 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they hold this one for 1. They're able to do that in the 2nd quarter, or if they get a different shot. If you get a layup, a lot of the times the coaches will take that, but otherwise they say hold for 1. Either a layup where you know you're not going to miss, or 1 shot. So with 25 seconds to go, that's what Rick Mitchelson plans to do with his arms folded, standing up in front of his own bench. Ditching it wide to Carson Jones. Carson Jones is going to drive the lane. Good help defense there from the Lyman Eagles, and that one is pitched out. And with 5 seconds to go, Pronghorns bank one in from just outside the free throw line. And that one will end the 3rd quarter. Hagen Jones uses the bank here on a Friday night from just outside the free throw line, and it is 53-20. So 53-20 after 3 quarters here in Lyman at the Lyman Eagles High School Gymnasium. I'm Sean Bennett. We'll be back after this commercial break on mylocalradio.com.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
So the Lyman Eagle boys will have some work to do if they want to make this one a competitive contest here. As we start the 4th quarter, the score is 53-20. The Pronghorns enjoying a comfortable lead here in this one. And that shot is wildly missed there from the Lyman Eagles, and that will be a turnover to the Pronghorns. Pronghorns turn that one over as a nice steal there from Lyman. That was the Lyman defender on that one. And that shot is no good. Going in for the rebound is Anson. I think they're going to call him for the foul. And they are. So free throws on the other end as Anson tried to go for the offensive rebound. Went over the back, and he picks up his 4th foul of the contest. So Shad Seller will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 here. As that shot goes off the back of the rim, touched every part of the rim there. No good, and a rebound for Lyman coming the other way. And driving right through the defense, and he did everything but make the layup at the end of the play. Andrew Housekeeper, and a run out for the Pronghorns. Ball was knocked out of bounds. I didn't see who it was knocked off of. Yes, they're going to say the Lyman Eagles knocked the ball out of play. So the Pronghorns keep it here as Seller winds up with the ball on top of the key. Looking kind of confused on what to do with it from that point. And that one turned over as Mitchelson tried to drive the lane. It's a 1-on-2 here, driving all the way down the lane, and that is a foul. And Bradshaw will go to the line for the Lyman Eagles. The foul was called on number 33, Colin Malik, one of the plethora of sophomores on this Farson Eden Pronghorn team. And the first shot is good there from Alex Bradshaw, wearing a different number on this varsity team than he does on the junior varsity team. He wears number 3 on JV, so obviously you can't wear that if you already have a number 3, and Kunzler wears 3 for the varsity team. So Bradshaw wearing number 31. And the second shot is no good. So Bradshaw gets the point, and immediately a steal there from number 3, Kunzler. Pump fake there from Bradshaw. He's going to pull up and shoot it off the rim 2 times, no good, and they're going to call a foul going the opposite way. If it's on Anson, that's his 5th. So let's see who the call is on. And they're going to call it on number 22, I believe. Actually, let's see here, because the official came over to the table and called it on the Pronghorns. And he's going to call the foul on Lyman, number 20, Preston Brewer. So Anson survives the call there. He was in on the action. He did not foul them, but sometimes you never know with officials. They can call things differently as they see them. So the foul on Preston Brewer is his first, and it's a 1-on-1 for the Pronghorns, and the first free throw is good. So the Pronghorns put up their first point of this quarter. And the second free throw, it trickles in there from Parker Clausen. Remember, Clausen does have 4 fouls, so if he picks up another foul in this contest, he will be done for the night. He'll have to come back tomorrow and try to play a little bit better, at least a foul less. That one all the way to the rack, misses it wide. 2 Lyman players there. They didn't realize, but no one was underneath the basket. They pitched out to the corner, and the jump shot is no good. So I believe that was number 22, Colin Rogers, pulling the rebound down. It was kind of falling, so I don't blame him for giving the ball up to the man behind him, but the jump shot there probably ill-advised, as no one was by the basket for the Pronghorns, so that would have been an easy attempt at a layup had they drove the baseline. Foul on Lyman coming the opposite way, and it is a 2-shot violation for the rest of the game, and Lane Mitchelson checks out as does Parker Clausen, maybe for the last time, with 6.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, up by 34. Second free throw attempt here is good. So 1 of 2 at the free throw line for Hagan Jones, and Hagan Jones checks out. So he has earned himself a nice rest here. And Lyman brings it up. No more pressure here from the Pronghorns, at least on that possession. And because of it, Andrew Housekeeper drives all the way. No one stopped the ball for Farson, and he was able to get a nice layup. A little pressure in the half court here from Lyman. Brewer jumping out to the defender in the corner. And it is slowed down there by Carson Jones, and Seller winds up with the ball, sticks it over his head, and he is whacked there, and he will head to the free throw line as just like that, Jet Dickerson has picked up his 4th foul of the contest. So Jet Dickerson with 4, Lucas Anson with 4, Colin Rogers with 4 fouls. They have piled up here for the Eagles so far, and to their credit, nobody has fouled out in this game so far, but might not be the case for long. As that second free throw is no good, Rogers able to pull the rebound down, went right into the defender, and he's lucky. I think the ball went off of the defender's chest and out of play. Colin Rogers got the ball, and he ripped through, but he ripped through right into the defender. Usually you want to rip around the defender and go the opposite way, so he's lucky there. Lyman does retain possession. Housekeeper looking for somewhere to go. Calling for the ball was Chase Richards, and that is another layup for Andrew Housekeeper. So doing it all here in this fourth quarter is Housekeeper, the point guard. Colin Rogers in the corner. Housekeeper tries to go for the steal, puts himself out of the play, and he gets back into it. Jump shot, 3 ball from the outside, and that's an air ball. And save there. Nice job by Colby Rogers to dive out of play and save it, and he winds up with the ball. Colby Jones on the outside. Looked like he wanted to shoot it, but probably under better advisement from his coach, he did not. This on the outside, nice pump fake there from Cree Jones. Freshman, first time I've called his name tonight. And Colby Jones really just post up at the 3-point line. Keeps on getting the ball and looks like he wants to shoot. See if Rick Mitchelson gives him the green light in this contest. And that one driven through the lane there, Carson Jones. And they're going to get a foul. Kind of a bailout on that one, as looked like he had nowhere to go. And he drove into 3 defenders there, but they did call a foul on Kunzler. So the first free throw is off the back rim and out there. Carson Jones, sophomore. One of 5 Jones on the team. And a nice play there from Colin Rogers. He beats the defense down the court and gets an easy layup. Great pass from the backcourt all the way underneath the basket there. A great play from Colin Rogers. That is all effort to beat the defense down the court and get the ball. And a foul is called. I think this is going to go against Farson. Yes, it will, as the Pronghorns turned it over and then immediately bowled over there from a Farson player. Colin Malik picks up his 4th foul of the contest. So the sophomore coming off the bench has 4 fouls. And to the free throw line goes Andrew Housekeeper for a 1-and-1. Housekeeper nails the first. Farson tried to pull a quick one on the refs and try to inbound the ball, but it was only the first free throw. And the lead is cut in half, 56-28. Farson has doubled up the Eagles. Second free throw from Housekeeper, rolls around the rim, friendly roll there for the home team, and it's 56-29. Little half-court pressure here from the Lyman Eagles. Jones Dribbles it behind his back. Carson Jones, I should say. Colby Jones. Back to Keeler. And Farson very content to just pass this one around and use some of those motion plays that they have done. And that one turns out in their favor, but a missed layup and another one there underneath the basket. Colby Jones had 2 tries at it. Got his own rebound after the first, and he missed 2 layups. Rick Mitchelson has his hands up in the air as they called a foul on Carson Jones near midcourt. Was going to be a fast break layup, so he stopped the fast break, but 2 free throws for Kunzler. First free throw is good, and so the Lyman Eagles, had they not started this quarter down 30 points, 30-plus points, would be in a little bit better shape than they would be. But the effort here in the fourth quarter has only increased here for the Lyman Eagles as they're trying to at least make this one respectable, down 26, and that's another turnover from Farson. And Housekeeper gives it up to Kunzler. Kunzler finds himself in the key, dishes it out. Preston Brewer straight down the lane, and Jet Dickerson not going to get it on that one. As Lyman trying to get some pressure going, and it's going to force a turnover. So Rick Mitchelson maybe not happy on what's going on here. Happy that his team is up 26, but the pressure here in the fourth quarter has stifled his team on the court. And checking out of the game for Lyman is number 10, Andrew Housekeeper. He has done a lot of work here in this fourth quarter. And Colin Rogers spins, throws it off the glass, not going to get the roll, and Farson with the rebound sprints down the court. And Jones just wildly throws that thing across the court, lucky it was not intercepted. Back out to midcourt where Colby Jones maintains it. Cree Jones now. Back over to Colby. Keeler. Lyman still trying to get that ball, still trying to use a lot of the clock here is Farson, and head coach Kevin Lewick is near midcourt. He was screaming at his defense to only increase that pressure that they have been putting on so far. The foul called on number 3, Kunzler. That is his 4th. So back to the free throw line. And a couple substitutions here as Colby and Carson Jones check out of the game. Probably for the last time with under 3 minutes to go here. And the second free throw is up, and it is good. So a 57-30 lead here. As inside is Lucas Anson getting the ball. Kind of got himself wedged underneath the basket there, and because of it, it hit the side of the rim and bounced away. Farson Eden throws it away underneath their own basket, or the Lyman basket, excuse me. And it's 57-30, Lyman possession again. Anson, that's not his fault. That ball was thrown into a pile of defenders there, and he had no chance of catching that one. So the turnover, but immediately getting it back is Kunzler, and Kunzler drives to the hoop, and he will get fouled. Would have been an and one attempt had he made the basket, but he did not. So he'll just go for the old-fashioned 2 points here. And the first free throw goes off the left and then the right side of the rim and out. So with 2:25 to go. Stay tuned here on mylocalradio.com. We'll wrap up this game after the game. Colin Rogers with the rebound. He wraps that one up and immediately just floats that one in. So 2 points there after 2 missed free throws. As I was saying, we will wrap this one up after this game is over on our post-game show and then start the pre-game show for the girls basketball. The Lyman Eagles girls basketball team game was scheduled to start at 7 p.m. So if you're wondering why that stream has not started, it's because the boys game has not finished before it. So we'll have a quick pre-game show for the girls basketball team. Interviews with McKinley Bradshaw and Jason Hansen. before the girls take on the Kemmerer Rangers to open up their season. Rebound there from Farson. Kicked back outside. Trey Denny, and that one is a foul as Trevor Jones winds up on the court. And that is the first player to foul out of the contest. The unfortunate award, I guess you could say, goes to Lucas Anson, as he is visibly frustrated going to the bench, and why not? In his senior season, he probably envisioned the first contest of the year going a little bit better than it has so far. And he will get back to work tomorrow when the Lyman Eagles will play the loser of the Kemmerer and Big Piney game happening at the intermediate school. I'm not sure. It might be over by now. So the loser of that game, I'll try to get the update if I can. The loser of that game will be playing the Lyman Eagles tomorrow at the intermediate school. Meanwhile, the Farson Eden Pronghorns move on, and they will play in this gym tomorrow. JV at 8 a.m., varsity at 9:30 in the morning tomorrow in this gymnasium. Rebound there, and straight down the lane, gets everything but the roll there for the Lyman Eagles. Jet Dickerson not having the luckiest of nights, as it was a beautiful move to cut. Nice little Euro step in the lane, and he could not get the roll. He played it off the glass and then off the rim, and rolled around, touched every part of the rim, but not the bottom where it needed to. First foul of the game for the Lyman Eagles, number 24, Joseph Turner, the sophomore. And to the free throw line is Cree Jones, a freshman player. And the second free throw is no good. Rebounded there from Chase Richards, looking to bring this one up in a hurry. Nice dish towards the corner, and that roll is good. So Alex Bradshaw gets some more points on the board there for the Lyman Eagles. Hitting the baseline jumper. And a foul is called as Cree Jones claps his hands together. And that will be a foul on Jacob Woodland, and that is his fifth. So the second player of the game to foul out for the Farson Eden Pronghorns is Jacob Woodland. And Jacob Woodland will have to sit for the rest of the night, the final minute of this game. Hoping to get back out there tomorrow and get the first win of the season for the Lyman Eagles. And the first free throw is up, and it is good. I believe that is Trevor Jones. Yes, Trevor Jones at the free throw line. We'll get one more. And that is the 60th point of the night for the Farson Eden Pronghorns, who have done everything right in this contest. And with 1:07 to go, they will be advancing into the semifinals of this Bridger Valley Invitational on the boys' side. The girls' side will start next on MyLocalRadio.com when the Lyman Eagles and University of Wyoming 2023, class of 2023, McKinley Bradshaw will get underway. Chase Richards' first shot is off the rim and no good. So there's a lot of unfortunate rolls here for Lyman, as they've put a lot of balls on the rim. They haven't been able to succeed in getting them to drop. And the second shot from Richards is up, and the second shot is no good. Rebound there from Cree Jones. And let's see if Farson shoots the ball here with under a minute to go, as the Pronghorns, 1A powerhouse, have come into the Lyman Eagles home gymnasium and stolen away from the Eagles. Alex Bradshaw gets the ball, and he's going to lay this one up and off the rim and no good. Tapped out of bounds by Farson Eden. And it is 62-34 here to go. 30 seconds left. Let's see if the Eagles can put a few more points on the board before this contest ends. That one's right underneath. Missed shot. gets his own rebound, going to go up again, and that is a nice job, a nice effort from Joseph Turner, the 5'11 sophomore. It was kind of fading away on his first attempt near the basket. Just kind of shot-putted that thing straight up in the air, but he's able to catch his own rebound, catch the ball, and he went up again and got fouled. No good on the first, short on that attempt, so bends his knees a little bit in frustration. See if he can use some more strength to add to this next free throw. And that free throw is up, and that free throw is good, so it is 62-35. Some pressure there from Lyman, and that's going to be a foul here with 22 seconds to go. So this one crawling to a conclusion. And to the free throw line is Trey Denning, number 5 for Farson. And that free throw crawls out, no good. Garrett Ricketts with the foul, by the way, if you're keeping score. And with 20 seconds to go, Lyman has the ball. See if they can get another shot off here. As Ricketts with the ball, trying to drive. And he traveled there. He tried to Euro step, but did not work out in his favor. And with 11 seconds to go, this should do it. I say should because you never know. And Cree Jones gets the inbound pass, throws it up the sideline, and that ball is out on the baseline. So just like I said, you have to be careful sometimes in just saying that the game is over because sometimes stuff like that happens. So 5.5 to go, it is 62-35, and that layup is good. So 2 more points there to finish out the night. Xander Reed gets on the board. And that is how this game will finish, 64-35. Rick Mitchelson and the Farson Eden Pronghorns get their season off to a good start with a 1-0 record. Meanwhile, Kevin Lewick and Lyman Eagles have some work to do. They'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. for varsity, 9:30 for the JV match in the intermediate school following that. Well, that's going to do it here for our coverage of the girls basketball game, as the Lyman Eagles will have some work to do. They've got that work tomorrow. They've got that work ahead tomorrow, as the boys and the girls. I'm going to switch the stream to the girls stream now, so if you're interested in watching some pregame action for the Lyman Eagles girls basketball team, flip over to that stream now. Thank you for once again for watching some Lyman Eagles boys basketball coverage. My name is Sean Bennett, and we will cover the girls basketball game against Kemmerer starting soon on mylocalradio.com.